Okay, I was looking over this paperwork. It's supposed to be the policy, terms and policies of that Metro. Now, as you said, this one has Metro TM, but on here it has Metro PCS. So which one is it, Metro PCS or Metro, just Metro? But I want to know what government officials, Better Business Bureau, or anyone gave them this kind of sweet deal. Gave any company. And all of them seem to have this same sweet deal. I noticed that with Google in 2014, that they have the right to give you products and merchandise, and they don't have to service them. They don't have to do anything. They just sell it to you no matter what happens. There's no recourse you have. Who gave Google or any of these companies such a sweet deal where they can take our money and don't give us good products and charge us all kind of fees and services? Now it says here that you can take your new device and service, may return your new device and service refund. But here's the catcher. No refunds or credits or fees other than the monthly service. So they'll take your fees and your credits and only thing they'll give you is monthly service back. But then they don't do that. They can take your activation fees, reactivation fees, device charges fees, etc. Under any circumstances, the device must be returned within 7 days and no more than 1 hour talk time. Now, the device must be returned to the original place of purchase with the company device and service payment receipts. And as I've shown you, those receipts paid really, really quick. I had one that paid it within 2 days. The customer returned the device to the original store. Now, a lot of times you buy a phone and they're not in that area anymore. So why would you have to, like this device I bought in San Diego? There's no way I can turn it to the original store. And if you do an online credit, you have to mail it in. That means you'll be with a device for a long time, and you have to pay shipping and handling. Device exchanges and upgrades are non-refundable. And here it says, customer who wish to purchase a new device in store or online within 90 days. Well, I'm not going to go into that, but return payment policy. So if you have your check, electronic bank refund transfers, payments, including debit or automated clearing, house payment. So if you go into the store, any other payment is dishonored or returned, we may charge you up to $35 on the maximum allowed under accessible law. Now, who made the law saying that even if you return it and try to get your money back, they can take $35, which leaves you really nothing? So what laws gave them that sweet deal? Now I'm going to try to locate this place here on Indio. And it's the Metro PCS. As I was saying, who is who? Is it a Metro or is it a Metro PCS? Who is this trademark name under? Now this is something I've seen on all the companies too that they do. This is, just gonna move that. I don't know how they got on there, but by activating using Metro's service, you agree to the terms and conditions of service. Metro requires arbitration or disputes unless you opt out within 30 days of activating details. Now, they say the details and the full version can be viewed at metropcs.com and the terms. Now, listen, judges used to tell you, before you sign a contract, read the fine print. They don't give us the fine print anymore to agree on these terms, because you have to, once you purchase a product, once you purchase it, then you'll see the terms of service and their policies. So there's no fine print for you to read. Because most people would not sign a contract where they can take your services, don't have to give you any refunds, and you have to take it back to the original place, and they can charge you all these fees. Now, there's another point I wanted to talk about. It says that if you are not required to pay these fees, where is that at? If you're not required to pay these fees, you still have to pay them anyway. Hold on, I'm going to pause it and find that piece. Okay, here's it says, you will pay all taxes and regulatory fees even if your rate plan is inclusive of taxes and regulatory fees. And Metro may terminate your service if you fail to pay on the timely, or they can just terminate your service for any conditions at all. The violations of their terms. Now, they say the abuse of your phone, the abuse of and here's another point. Metro also provide customers. Metro have the ability to place charges on your bill. These certain parties besides Metro have the ability to place charges on your bill. Isn't that something? So there's other people who can place charges on your bill. These third parties. Nobody would agree to these kind of terms. That third parties could pay and you can't get your money back. What laws gave them these rights? Isn't this crazy? That they can take money, make you pay fees and taxes or regulatory fees, even if your area doesn't require it. And they can have that's amazing. Third parties that you know nothing about can put charges on your account. Here's a good one, then I'm saying this. I've seen this in insurance companies and other places where they don't want you to hire a lawyer. They say you waive your right to a jury trial in disputes with Metro. Your disputes will be decided by an arbitrary. Now, the arbitrators are people they pick. They're their people. You waive the right to institute or participate in a class. Excuse me, that's clean coming up. A class action litigation against Metro. Now, you can't hire an attorney, but this is what I've seen when they hire an arbitrator. If the arbitrator, which is their person, decides against you, then you lose and you have to pay their attorney fees and their court costs. Isn't that something? They're arbitrator. You can't hire an attorney. But if you lose, you have to pay court costs and their lawyers' fees. Isn't that something? insurance companies, all these companies want you to have an arbitrator because these are people they picked who will make sure you lose. And then you'll have to pay their attorney fees, which it says you can't hire an attorney. All right, guys.